Hey Internet, Mark here with CarAudioFabrication. Right now I'm kind of in a reboot mode with my shop, kind of reorganizing and restructuring the way I want my workspace. And I've kind of been thinking about the different ways I wish I would have made my workshop in the first place. So this kind of got me to thinking, there's a few things that I wish I would have known about my shop before I made it. So I was kind of wondering, what are some things that I wish I knew about car audio before I started? What are 3 things that I could tell someone new? That's coming up. So first off, something that I feel a lot of people that are new to car audio overlook and don't consider is sound treatment. Everyone loves the idea of adding a ton of sound to their vehicle, so the idea of spending money on something that's just gonna quiet things down kind of seems counterintuitive. But here's what I didn't know when I got started. There are sound treatment materials that you can add to your car to prevent the vehicle panels from vibrating. There are also materials that can be used to prevent different panels from vibrating against one another and to stop airborne noise. The value here is that these different materials stop the noises in the vehicle that we don't want. They stop excessive vibration noise and they stop the airborne noise and the wind noise from outside the vehicle from coming in. The more we can reduce these different noises that we don't want, the more we can hear the fine details in our music. Additionally, vibrations will actually steal acoustic energy away from our sound system, so it can also help us be more efficient and louder. Now I know that sound treatment materials can be expensive, but you'd be surprised on how great a low-cost set of speakers can sound in a door that has been properly sound treated. And you would be surprised how bad a very expensive set of speakers can sound in a door that has no sound treatment whatsoever. Moral of the story, if you're new to car audio, you definitely want to check out sound treatment materials. You can check out a couple of the videos that I've done about sound treatment right up, wait for it, boom shakalaka. So the second thing I wish I would have known about car audio before I got started was there's so much more to car audio than subwoofers. When everyone gets started in car audio, it's all about that bass. No treble. Literally. Now I totally think adding a subwoofer is a great starting point. You're definitely gonna get a lot of noticeable change for your money. But with that said, the more bass that you add to a system, the more that you need to upgrade the rest of your speakers in order to keep up with the subwoofers. So when you're building a system, it's important to consider the potential of upgrading speakers in the future, as well as adding a dedicated amplifier just for those speakers. As a general guideline, and this is just my opinion, I would say if you plan on having a subwoofer amplifier that's sending out more than 500 watts, you probably want to consider upgrading your speakers and amplifying them as well. This kind of brings me to a side note for number 2, and that's auditioning speakers. I know in today's day and age, it's easy to get caught up in marketing and what brand is popular, but I really encourage you guys to head over to your local car audio shop and do a listening test of some of the different speakers that you're considering. Now I know there's this argument that the speakers are gonna sound better in a listening wall inside of the car audio shop, and I totally agree with that. But here's the thing, you can absolutely compare the different levels of speakers because they're in a constant environment, so you can really see which speaker offers what. And you might be surprised with what you find. That $1,000 pair of speakers might only sound a very, very small amount better than a $300 set of speakers, helping you to better make a good purchasing decision. Many of my buddies that own car audio shops will also have a demo vehicle that will have their most popular speaker set installed into that vehicle, so you can always check that out as well. Another option is to check out a local car audio group on Facebook or maybe even a forum and see if somebody else out there has the speakers that you're looking at buying and ask them if you can maybe do a listening test. Who knows, maybe you'll make a new friend and we can build this community even more. Finally, the last thing I wish I would have known about car audio when I got started is to take the time to do things right and spend the money that it takes to do it right. This is kind of a generic rule, but it is so true. There are so many times when I first started car audio that I would cut a corner just to save a couple of minutes, or I'd buy a product that I was kind of unsure of and I knew the quality was kind of bad just because it was cheap. If I just wouldn't have done those things, there would have been a lot of personal installs that I wouldn't have redone over the years. Today, I've really taken the following saying to heart, and that's do it once and do it right. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What is something that you wish you would have known when you started car audio? Sometimes this whole talking to a camera thing seems kind of one-sided, so leave me a comment down below so I know you guys are alive out there. For those of you waiting on an update on Project Rebuild or on the Jeep build, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm actually working on remodeling my shop and my work area right now. So I'm installing cabinets, coming up with a layout for everything, repainting everything. It's a lot of work. These things just take time. So just bear with me. I promise those projects are going to continue soon. I just want to get this shop installed. It's an investment I'm making right now because when I have a really nice, pristine shop, I can work so much more effectively and so much more efficiently, which means more videos for you guys, so just bear with me. Thank you guys for watching in the meantime. As always, a special thanks goes out to Brian, Eddie, Ali, EJ, Rory, Truman, Emmanuel, and Jerry, along with the rest of the Patreon support team. These guys are awesome and they make small donations per video, which helps make all of this possible. Helps me afford the different materials for all these projects. It helps me afford paying for the back-end costs, such as running the website, for sending out email blasts to the email list. That costs money. So thank you guys for helping support the content and supporting this channel. If you guys would like to learn how you can become a part of that, click Patreon down below. Otherwise, if you're new here, I make new videos every Monday. You can subscribe by clicking below. You can also check out some of my previous videos over here. Thank you again for watching.